Hi everybody, welcome back to the Loosey Goosies. My name is Sam.
I'm Jonny.
And I'm Georgie.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
You are most welcome.
Yes. So yes, it's me taking the helm this week.
Ooh, le capitan.
Always, it's been a while since I've taken the helm. It makes me nervous.
It really has. Do you know, I don't think I've ever taken the helm. I'm not, I don't think I'm trusted.
not?
Oh no, hang on a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Yes.
Yes, but not with like informing people of like cool stuff. Just informing people of ridiculous stuff about myself. About me. What's the subject matter? Me? Okay.
Well, the next podcast, no matter what it is, Georgie.
Yes.
I'm the
It's something
captain.
You are the captain.
I know.
Amazing.
Skip that podcast. Let's skip the next one.
Yeah. So mine didn't quite go to plan.
Okay, why not?
So because I think I was trying to go too in depth and didn't give myself enough time.
Oh,
Anyway.
because I loved the one that you did, the Dissolving the Dead.
Yes, that was episode 2.
Oh, I know.
Episode 2.
I
Way back
loved
when.
I
Yeah,
loved
that's
that
pretty good.
episode.
That's
That was a
good.
long time ago.
We learn a lot. I learn a lot.
I learned a lot.
Me too. I did enjoy doing that one. So this one is... So I really enjoy conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
And obviously you have to take so much salt with them. Just a little sprinkle, but no, just take all the salt.
Yeah.
And but you know, you get the odd one that you're like, that's could that be plausible? I don't know.
I like looking at things from different sides and
Yes.
just being like, okay. The worst is when someone is giving you a very, very believable argument, and
Yes.
you feel yourself nodding, and you're like,
But you know what?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that makes complete sense. Like, and then you're like, no, we're talking about flat Earth. Like, what the hell? Like, you have to kind of step back and be like,
Well, that's the thing.
yeah, like, don't get carried away.
Yeah.
But what do you think it is about conspiracyists that... Why are they out there? These people who... why do they care?
Why do they care?
Yeah.
I think people care about the truth, and I think conspiracy theories are more exciting than the truth.
Yeah.
Or is it like, I know something that you don't know? Is it one of those classic,
It's more...
my
it's
ego?
Well, I think it's less of that. I think it's
stroked.
more of, I heard a story kind of thing. Yeah.
Guess what? I got the gossip.
Yeah. Guess what?
But you know,
never
it's like-
believe what I just heard kind of thing.
It's like, and it's a strange one to kind of jump into. Now I've said it, but for example, if you look at 9/11, which is obviously an awful situation,
Yeah.
the conspiracy side is really, really fascinating to the point of like, wow, like
There
they've
is
really gone into
actually
depth
quite
of...
a lot of evidence, isn't there, that it was blown up from the inside.
Controlled demolition, yeah.
There really, there really is. There really, really is, and you know.
But it's the why. For me, it's always the why.
Yeah, what's
Why?
the outcome?
What's the
Like,
reason for that?
Yeah,
And it's oh gosh.
to invade.
Well, I know. I was gonna list something.
Are we stomping on one of your conspiracies already?
No, I mean,
okay.
well, so basically, what I've done is, so I just compiled a list of conspiracies, or I think one of them on here is just because it's not a conspiracy, just a really interesting thing.
Okay.
So I'm not saying.
My hand
I know.
my hand.
George has got a hand down her top, looking at me, and I'm like,
Cupping
"Love,
a boob."
it's doing
I'm
nothing.
just literally cupping my boob. I take my hand.
Sorry, if you want to cut your boobs, it's alright.
They are pretty fabulous. But, you know.
Mine are
It's
too,
just like, quite
actually.
nice just having my hand there, you know, it's a comfort.
Yeah, just while you listen to a
Just have a
conspiracy, just have a boob day.
So with the conspiracies I have,
I'm not getting nothing done today.
so I'm not.
sorry.
I'm not saying I believe them.
Okay.
And I have it, and with some of them, I've not gone into like I don't know all the ins and outs of them. I know bits and bobs, so there'll be lots of gaps.
Oh, sorry.
So-
Can I just turn? I'm just turning my phone onto airplane mode. So,
Yes.
Yes. I'm not distracted.
So for some peeps, don't come for me. We're just gonna discuss them, see if you know them.
We're Loosey Goosies.
We're Loosey Goosies. We're loose.
We're loose.
Yeah.
Slag.
So
You slang.
I'll say let's see. There's a few on here, so let's see how many we can get into. So the first one is, which I enjoy, is Egypt. All about Egypt.
Oh,
Obviously,
okay.
the whole
A lot of mystery there.
so much in every single direction you go.
Every triangle.
So one of my every triangle, every pyramid.
In every pyramid there's a mystery.
So one of my favourites is about how old how old is ancient Egypt?
Yes.
And I think someone
was it built by aliens?
I mean, that is a theory that I do actually really enjoy that one.
Okay.
I enjoy it
as well. But I don't know if I believe it.
I will just say, actually, just really quickly with conspiracies as well, I think, although we enjoyed them, I think we've got to a point, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, where there are certain conspiracies that genuinely need a response to call them out, because some of them are getting borderline dangerous now.
Yes.
With
I mean, in America,
Yeah.
didn't they just put a public broadcast out to let them know that birds are real?
Oh my god.
I'm going to come to this one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good.
Because it's actually more interesting than I thought.
Oh, no.
Maybe, kind
Okay.
of. I hope you like.
Oh yeah, no,
We'll see.
I'm really looking forward to this
Yes.
episode.
Okay. So yeah, Egypt.
Okay.
So some people think that Egyptian culture, as it is, like the Sphinx, the pyramids, weren't actually built by the Egyptians. They were inherited, and they've just, do you know, like the Romans, they kind of took technology from different people and said, "We did it."
Like
It's
the
like-
aqueducts.
It's like they...
What did the Romans ever do for us?
Bloody Romans.
Yeah.
Oh, don't hear anything of them
I
these
know.
days.
The roads, the aqueducts.
Yeah.
So I realise I'm not
Sorry,
explaining
that's
it
a
properly.
Monty Python
Right.
joke.
Yeah.
So
So
the pyramids
people-
were there,
so-
and the Egyptians sort of adopted them as...
Not the Egyptians,
as-
so people migrating from outside in, possibly, and then seeing these monuments, and obviously this whatever culture begins to rise, and then you get what we know as the ancient Egyptians, like the pharaohs and all that kind of stuff. It's weird.
Okay.
I don't
I
know
can
where
see-
else to take
I can,
it.
Yeah, I can see that happening. You see a big structure, like a pyramid there.
Yeah,
And then
that's
of,
why.
Of course people are going to be drawn to it.
Yeah,
And then build around it, to be around it, you know, and build civilization around it. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, yeah. But you also have things of, because, we don't know how they built the pyramids or certain things. And is that possibly because the civilization that actually built these monuments is so far back than what we realise that all that evidence is gone?
Right.
So the ancient Egyptians that we know don't know how they did it either.
But what was found inside the pyramids? Surely that will give you a clue.
So here's the other thing. That is one of them as well. So the Great Pyramids of Giza, we are all told it was a tomb. They're tombs built for, I think it's Khufu. But virtually every tomb in Egypt is decorated in hieroglyph.
Yeah.
The Great Pyramid of Giza has no decoration inside at all. There's nothing. So was it a
so
tomb?
that actually then that kind of leads to that conspiracy. It's like, well,
yeah. I
so
think
they're not so they're not tombs. So they're
mean,
not tombs.
I heard rumblings that they may be some sort of power source.
Yeah. So that is one of the I'd say, for lack of a better term, one of the fringe theories is that, I don't know how it works. Tesla's version of electricity, like free electricity. You put the rod and it kind of gets electricity from the ground. I can't remember how it works. That's really unscientifically said aloud. I can't remember. But the pyramids.
The 7-year-olds listening to this being like, oh, for God's sake.
I know.
No, I don't know either. I'm like, the electricity comes from Thor.
I clearly didn't prep this bit. No, but it's like, yeah, that is a theory that the pyramids were actually a power station.
Because there's water underneath or something.
It's to do with water under the ground and I don't know how to explain it. It's like vibration.
Okay.
That is a theory. It is a power station.
Yeah. I've heard numerous...
Yeah.
And read numerous
And
things. It's fascinating because they do present you a really compelling case.
Yes.
It's just that authorities over in Egypt won't let get anywhere near.
So what are the
anything.
authorities saying?
There's a guy called Hawass.
Oh, Dr. Hawass, who's
Dr.
an
Hawass.
arsehole. He really is a
Who
horrible
is
man.
he? He's
the leading Egyptologist in Egypt. He was ousted not that long ago, like
during the revolution.
Through not during the revolution. I think it's before that. It was to do with fraudulent this, that, and the other. But for some reason, he's trickling back in, and he's kind of back up where he was. So basically, for example, I think there was a couple of Westerners came in and they were trying to get permission to search under the Giza plateau where the pyramids are.
Right.
and they discovered a whole tunnel network underneath.
Okay.
And then Hawass come along and basically took their discovery as his own. And now no one's allowed underneath the Giza Plateau.
Are you allowed to say wanker?
We certainly are.
Yeah, wankers.
He's a massive wanker. Now he holds a lot of power, Hawass. So he basically dictates who can dig where and release what information, etc. It's very controlled. Yeah. And there's lots of stories of archaeologists, modern day archaeologists saying they've discovered X, Y, and Z, but Hawass has come and shut them down.
I know it's incredibly difficult to get near them because there's this group of people and they're called Yes Theory. If you don't follow them, please do. I don't know if they're still together, but they do kind of they just go on adventures really, and they go to, they did the Wim Hof method and they film it. They're YouTubers basically, and one of the guys, I can't remember his name, but his dream is to go up the pyramid. Why are you laughing at me, Jonny?
Please don't pull that thread. Because... Carry on.
What?
I'm thinking about Enya. Sorry.
Oh my god, the bloody Enya.
Sorry.
South London Enya. Shush. And yeah, he just got knocked back time and time. Anyway, Yes Theory, go and check them out. They're cool.
Yeah.
Yes Theory, okay.
Have you seen the pyramids from like aerial photography? Because everyone thinks it's in the middle of a desert. It's not.
Yes.
It's literally on the edge of the city.
Yeah, they always photograph it looking out into the desert.
With 3 camels.
Yeah, and if they turn around, there's a huge city just there, meters away.
They built that city's been built up on tourism.
Yeah.
For the pyramids.
And did you know as well, underneath the houses behind, there is a tunnel network, and the residents are digging down into the tunnels and stealing antiquities.
Yeah, so they
selling them on the black market. Oh so there's a whole force, isn't there?
Like a special task force
that knock down doors and they discover you've been digging under your house.
Because also it's like you're literally stealing from your own heritage. Why would you do this?
Incredible.
It's awful.
For some money.
Definitely money,
Yeah, but it's so awful.
I'd steal the Queen and sell her. That's my heritage.
Oh my god.
The Queen. What, list her on eBay? One Queen, partially used.
So the last one in Egypt that we're doing,
which
kind of goes back to the Sphinx.
Yes.
Okay, so around the Sphinx, because it's like on a...
so how far is the Sphinx away from the pyramids?
Literally next to it. Looking down. I mean, have I got a picture? You can't see the pyramid in this picture, but before I show it to you...
Yeah.
So the kind of... The ground going around the Sphinx looks very distinctive of water erosion.
Okay.
Which makes some people believe that the Sphinx was built at a time when there was a lot of water around, which puts it at like 10,000 plus years ago, when we're all told the Sphinx is 3 to 5,000 years.
Well, it is well documented that the River Nile moved. It moves.
Oh yeah, it moves everywhere.
It meanders, and over the years has meandered off into different directions.
That was Moses, wasn't it?
There you go.
Okay,
so the land around... I'm showing a picture, by the way, that we put up.
But also, don't forget acid rain.
No, we won't put it up because we never do what we're going to say.
No, we don't.
We'll just know.
I mean,
forget that.
We'll say it, but if we
just Google it yourself and stop being so lazy.
Actually, Google Sphinx water erosion.
The Sphinx, okay.
It's just really interesting about, is it older than what we know?
I thought that had been debunked as acid rain.
Not heard that one.
You not heard that one?
Acid rain.
Although I haven't looked at the...
Because it's true. I mean, there's some people...
Sorry, no.
No, I thought you were about to skip... No, there's nothing naked in these bits. They're all in separate files.
Oh, God. I now slowly want to give your pen back to you.
Oh, please. Every gay guy has porn on his phone.
Is it sticky?
See, I think that is acid rain that they're talking about.
No, I've not heard this.
You know what acid rain is, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Pollution mixing in.
It's rain that's acid.
Yeah, it's acidic. It's acidic rain. The pollution from the big city behind is causing acid rain, because there was a massive problem it's damaging
With
the
her
Sphinx.
nose.
Oh well, I mean,
But then if the acid rain has affected
Michael Jackson.
if acid rain has affected the surrounding walls to that degree, why is it not affecting the Sphinx or the pyramids the same way? Why isn't there all these little curved wrinkles all over it?
It could be because
She moisturised.
that's where it's running. That's where it's running down the walls. You know, off the flats down. It's running down more than it does on the Sphinx.
Interesting.
I don't know. Does
it rain in Giza?
It must do.
Well, it's in the desert, not necessarily.
I think it does. Yes. Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's it.
But
Yes.
either way,
I'm dying on this hill. It rains in Giza.
I would say no matter how badly I may have explained all that, Google it all. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
About ancient Egypt.
I guess the problem with conspiracy theories is now that
There's
we're in
lots
the
of holes.
internet age, there is so much information you cannot tell what is real, what is.
It's bad. It's really bad.
So difficult, and conspiracy theories are now transcending, every bloody part of the internet and every part of everyone's lives.
Do you think that conspiracy theories will get to such a level that they'll just get back into the original theory? And someone will be like,
oh, full circle.
Full circle. We're going full circle.
And we'll finally know how the pyramids were built. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just going round and round, and it's like power drill. Truck.
Big truck.
Okay, so as you mentioned it, we're gonna move on to another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned the birds.
Oh, it's just so funny to me that people think
Until you mentioned this last week, I didn't actually know that this was I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't even think about whether birds were real or not. Of course they're real. If any one of our listeners thinks that birds are not real, we don't want you as a listener. I'm saying that, right? I'm saying it. No.
Oh, I'm gonna bagsy another one. If you're a flat earther, please go away. I have no time for you.
Do you know what? I did actually. There was a conspiracy theory, and someone explained it to so beautifully. I was like, I almost
into it.
got hooked in and was like, yeah, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. And
The
then
power of a well-presented conspiracy theory.
it was so well, and he seemed such a normal scientific man that I was like, I believe everything that you're saying to me. I mean, he was holding up a clock. That's like, watch the clock. Watch the clock.
Well, there's a really, really intelligent person that we're acquainted with not too long ago. And, he does...
Sorry, can I just say, I don't actually believe that the Earth is flat. I nearly got sucked in. And then I was like, don't be stupid.
It's really convincing, though. Like, a friend of mine sent me... Well, she's not a friend anymore. Kind of for this reason. She sent me a 12-page document explaining how the Earth is flat. Right. And everything she had in there is easily explained away. Right. Everything.
Yeah.
I can't remember the details, but everything.
There's plenty of YouTube videos as well of flat earthers debunking themselves.
Yes,
by accident.
Hilarious
when they sort of look at, you can see their face drop like, oh.
But
I've just proved what I was saying.
One of the main things that, a lot of leading... very intelligent scientists say, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, like all these flat earthers, or the flat earth movement, which I really hate using the term, because it is a recent resurgence as well, is that we're surrounded by an ice wall. That is apparently the theory.
Yeah, it's keeping us in, yeah.
But like people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and all the other really awesome scientists.
So we're basically getting Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
But they're all saying like, please do an expedition, find it, record it, show us this wall.
Prove it, yeah.
And they don't.
Yeah, because they need money.
Well, I'm sure someone will fund them. But yeah, there's an acquaintance we know who works with holograms, and he's very intelligent, but he's a creationist.
Oh,
he's a creationist. Like,
what does that mean?
It means you believe the Earth is only 6,000 years old, and the reason that dinosaurs are not here, they didn't make the Ark.
Oh dear.
I know. And I think the other flip side to that is people say, what about fossils? Oh, Satan put them there to test us. It's like, oh, f*** off.
Test us for what?
To test your faith.
What? Hang on.
I'm sure it's more elaborate than that, but that's the simple...
Test my faith.
Test Test my brushing tools.
Oh my gosh, that's a rubbish test.
But that's like the crux of it is they believe the Earth is only 6,000 years old.
Okay.
Tell me about the birds.
So the birds. We were talking about the birds, and we went off one. Okay, so birds aren't real, and I am gonna read.
I know. Just saying it is absurd, isn't it?
Because it's quite short. I'm going to read the this
Bird.
article that I found that it kind of explains it.
Real, Big Bird.
Big Bird. Oh, you can't convince me otherwise.
So it actually has a really interesting reason for being.
Yes,
Okay.
this is a crazy theory. Okay.
So let me just read this all
Yeah.
out. So it might take me like a minute or two to read it. So this says
Buckle up, kids.
the birds aren't real conspiracy is a movement developed by Peter McIndoe, I think his name is, who's 23. I don't know when this article was written. Who started spreading the idea in 2017 until a December 2021 interview in the New York Times. McIndoe, I hope you get your name right, stayed in character as a true believer, insisting in media interviews and online that birds aren't real, but rather they are surveillance drones made by the US government. Birds Aren't Real has a staff. It has organised real life protests.
Oh my God.
It's brought real life billboards. It's emblazoned vans with their claim. The goal, says McIndoe, is to parody the misinformation that Generation Z or Z finds itself stewing in. Birds Aren't Real is not a shallow satire of conspiracies from the outside. It's from deep within. A lot of people in our generation feel the lunacy in all this, and Birds Aren't Real has been a way for people to process that. The experiment revealed that conspiracies sometimes grow by credulity. So local media sometimes reported on Birds Aren't Real as if it was something young people actually believed rather than an elaborate joke. Birds Aren't Real organisers hope the joke will become a force for good by exposing all the ways misinformation thrives.
But it hasn't, because people genuinely believe it.
No, they are
now.
believing it. So I think it's backfiring.
Oh my God. So it was a joke. That is a brilliant... I quite like that.
Oh
And
my
the last little bit he
God.
said was, yes, we have been... What does it say? Oh, little pop-ups come up in between. Yes, we've been purposely spreading misinformation for the past 4 years, but it's with a purpose. It's about holding up a mirror to America in the internet age.
Basically, how stupid some people can be.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's like QAnon. It's just grown and it's absolutely stupid.
I think if you have someone who is just very persuasive, I mean, honestly, look at the biggest conspiracy that happened in sort of the 20th century. What was Hitler? That he had an Aryan race that he believed, which was better.
Yeah.
So this race of human beings was better than any other race of human beings, and he got hundreds of thousands of people to believe that.
Yeah.
It was a conspiracy theory. It wasn't real. So it's frightening, actually. That is very frightening.
But even that could be called a conspiracy in itself. The fact that if you are a different coloured skin, you call them race, which isn't true. Everybody is one race.
Yeah, we are one race. We are human
Look up Jane
beings.
Elliott. She's amazing.
Yes, exactly. Like how someone who is incredibly manipulative and persuasive and charismatic, because he was charismatic, it's scary.
God. Quickly on the Birds Aren't Real thing. So what do these people believe? They're robots or holograms?
They believe that the United States government have created these. They're like drones.
So robots.
Kind of, yeah.
Right.
So
I don't think I'm ever gonna look
all
at-
birds are not real.
What the
Pigeon.
hell are they eating when they have a roast?
Well, come on. If you look at aliens,
What, they're not?
those
Some cables coming out of their mouth.
those robots eat food.
Oh God, sorry. I thought you meant. So my brain went pigeon eating chicken. Pigeon like pecking a chicken.
No.
And I was like, ooh.
When like a big old roasted bird is put in front of them, what do they think they're eating?
Bacon.
So they're just programmed
Doesn't
to
make any sense.
eat.
I would love to meet one of these bird people and then just absolutely
not the
maul
joke,
them.
not the joke people. So
No,
they
the
did
real...
it as a joke.
Yeah, he started it as an elaborate joke, a genuine joke to kind of show them how
And
stupid
now there's
this
some people
generation
going
is.
like, oh,
Only in America.
I didn't look into it to see has this spread out of America. I think it is still
like a virus.
containerized.
Of course, it's going to spread.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, I know. Oh, anyway, let's go on to another one, shall we?
I mean, I can't imagine like an ostrich, big camera crew inside,
just more elaborate drone. Yeah, because
with a boom mic.
When it puts its head in the ground, it's charging.
That's a brilliant image. I love it. I love that.
Oh my god.
Isn't that how everyone charges themselves up?
Well, certainly how I do it on the malls.
Okay, here's one that I have heard about, and then I kind of looked at it a bit more on the way home actually to hear. Is that we are actually living in the 18th century.
Ooh, no, that came from... Oh,
What?
I don't want to spoil your conspiracy theory.
Explain.
Have a look, because again, it might be like a slight readie, because I couldn't quite get my head around it. So, to be specific, we are living in 1725.
Yes.
Not 2021.
Are you going to explain... Have you got the reasoning for that?
I've got how it started.
Okay, because I'm excited because I know, but
Okay,
it's
this is
very
good.
hard to explain.
Okay, so I'll read this little bit, and then Johnny, you can chime in.
Remember who you're talking to. Remember, educating Georgie is a thing.
So, it is in 1582, Pope Gregory the 13th, Pope Gregory the 13th, introduced the Georgian calendar. Prior to this, most of the Roman world and Europe had used the Julian calendar, proposed by Julius Caesar in 48 BC, in order to try and link the calendar up to the solar year. The Julian calendar had a leap year every 4 years in which an extra day was added. The problem was that since the actual solar year is 365.24219 days, the Julian calendar quickly, and by they actually mean really slowly, gains a day every 128 years. So to account for this, when the Gregorian calendar was introduced, my brain is lost, and I'm reading it.
I feel like I need to die.
To account for this, when the Gregorian calendar was introduced, Pope Gregory should have shifted the date by 13 days, yet after his calculation, whether he was wrong or not, he only shifted it by 10. So it says we have two possibilities. A pope had done the math wrong, or 300 years in between then and now didn't actually exist, and large chunks of history had been fabricated for tenuous purposes. Both would account for these 3 days, but clearly the latter is more fun, apparently.
Yes. So basically the calendar swapping over messed up the years.
Now for stupid people, Johnny will explain.
Yeah. it messed up the years. Now, I'd forgotten about the making up the history part to account for the 300 years that were missing. I'd forgotten about that. I'd be curious to know what bloody history was made up.
I mean, it says it includes
the Dark Ages,
including
Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages
It was made up.
Well, the Dark Ages refers to the ages that they have hardly any information for.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
the Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages.
Yeah. Not that I've run out of bulbs or something.
Stupid.
Just in case someone thought they'd run out of candles or candles weren't invented or...
4 candles.
Someone just bumping around in the dark. Oh,
yeah.
who are you?
Who's that? Miriam, where are you?
Miriam!
Where are you?
What, Margulies? Yeah. So it's really weird.
That's a really strange fact. Like,
yeah.
Is it just that they just don't want to admit that a pope could possibly be wrong?
You know, maybe.
Maybe the lie is so huge, there's no way of taking it back.
Yeah, you just can't get out of it now because we're all stuck in 21st century.
We've all made peace with. We've all accepted that we're 20. When were we? 2022. 1977.
Oh God!
I think we said it before. At least like away from the podcast, but because of 2020, it really messes up my head.
What happened in 2020?
The pandemic.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we've lost.
You know that whole thing.
Yeah, because we've lost a year.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, it feels like 2 years ago was 1 year ago.
Yeah.
It's really weird, and it still messes with my head.
I was talking to someone about, the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, so like this happened and it was 2 years ago. And I was like, no. Oh my God. Like, what?
Yeah.
Where did that... Yeah.
I feel like that about the 90s, for example. When someone says 10 years ago, I think...
Where's the 90s?
Oh, 95?
No.
Yeah.
Strange, isn't it?
It's very strange how time... There's almost like a time paradox there. Paradox? Probably not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. I love this one.
Okay.
And...
Ooh.
This is the only bit of information I know.
Can I just say, we're not going to go out and like catch a pigeon and try and cut its head off and see if there's electronics.
No, because we have all seen the insides of
plug a
pigeons
USB into it,
Yes.
see what information we can get.
Although, if it is obviously supposed to be funded by the federal government in America, they must have the capabilities of making it so lifelike inside.
I mean, what can you fit into a blue tit?
Do you know what? Have you seen Prometheus, the robots they have in that? They eat and everything.
Oh, I suppose.
Is this why we never see baby pigeons?
I love that. I love that theory. Like, where are they? Where
are the baby pigeons? I've never seen a baby pigeon.
No one has. And no one will, because they're always in their nests.
Because birds aren't real.
Oh my God, we've done it.
We've done
kids.
it. We've solved everything.
Oh,
I knew it.
I knew
So
you
I'm
would.
sorry, I've gone back to the bird ones because I didn't really get. I didn't really get. Then you throw numbers at me, and I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
When I first heard that one about the calendars, I was like really blown away. But now, the more I look at it, the more I think,
who cares?
But that's the way. Although
some old religious dude was wrong, just for God's sake.
but that's the thing. Like, as much as I love conspiracies, you need to have that thought process. That you need to come back and be like, oh, hang on a minute.
Hang on, let me have a little look back into this.
Be grounded about it all. Yeah,
be grounded. Be grounded. Certain places in the world
on the flat Earth.
I don't. Yeah. Don't. Oh, flat earthers, just fuck off. Genuinely makes me angry.
Oh God, Sam.
And do you know, I've probably said this before on the podcast. I don't know, because I think we've mentioned this maybe about flat earthers. That friend who sent me the documents.
Yeah.
She was due to come in for a shift, and I was working with this other girl who's very sweet, and it just happened to come up that she was a flat earther.
Right.
And this girl I was working with was like, "You're joking," like proper getting into it. And I was like, "Look, don't speak to Bleep, because I don't want to embarrass her. As much as I don't like it, I don't want to embarrass her." The moment she walked in, this guy I was working with going, "Oh my God, are you a flat earther? Do you believe it's real?"
Oh my God.
And the girl that came in, honestly, I had so much venom in her face. She was not a happy bunny. And then she came out and was like, "Yes, I do believe it."
I'm sorry, but she is very happy to like tell everyone.
Oh yeah.
On a one-to-one basis, and try and convince everyone on a one-to-one basis that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
But it even goes further.
solid.
Like, she believes the whole chemtrail thing as well. And
Oh, what's that?
Oh, you know the planes fly in the sky and they leave a trail of cloud behind them, a long thing.
Yeah.
They're chemicals.
Yeah, controlling us.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now it's turned to COVID. Apparently, COVID's controlling us in some way. Anyway, that's for another time.
Oh my God, right,
So yeah,
okay.
this next one, I really enjoy. Harry Potter.
Ooh,
Okay.
my fave.
Yeah, my fave too. So I don't know. This is literally, I think, the only information out there. I haven't really dug in too deep, but Harry Potter is real. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, please let it be true.
J.K. Rowling. So this is the theory or I guess the fan fiction theory, praying that
Please let it be real.
everything in the books is real, and Harry Potter, inverted commas, was J.K. Rowling, and that she is writing her experience of the Battle of Hogwarts and all that stuff.
This is quite sad.
It is sad, but it's so sweet.
It would be amazing if it was real, but it's just not.
No, of course it's not, but
It would be amazing if it was, wouldn't it? I mean,
incredible.
If
Well,
that
the
was
thing is,
if
everyone
that's
needs
historical text we were reading all along.
Yeah.
Wow.
And everyone, I think, like, we all
And
need to believe a little bit in magic, don't we?
Well, of course, yeah. But I mean,
When I was little, every single wardrobe led
to Narnia.
No, I was used to look in and was convinced every single time that I find Narnia, that would be the wardrobe.
Oh.
And I remember just always having that belief that there is a wardrobe that is out there with that rotate meeting earlier.
I wonder if I had read Harry Potter when it first came out, so I would have been an actual child, whether I would have been terrified there was a boggart in my wardrobe. I wonder.
Yes, that is quite a terrifying concept, isn't it? Boggart. Yeah. It's such a horrible word as well. Boggart.
Yeah.
Boggart.
Turns into your worst fear. So no one knows what boggart is like.
Oh, what would your boggart be?
Oh,
that's a good point. Chucky, probably for me. The doll.
Gosh, I don't know.
It's just, I don't need that in my life.
I don't know. What would mine be?
Might be depression.
Mine would be a
Dementor.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, or anxiety.
What would yours be, do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, mine would be a feeling, I think, more than an actual physical thing. I'm not really scared
Could that manifest?
Yeah, it'd be a feeling. Or
this wouldn't be my boggart, but I used to think Mr. Blobby and his family lived in my wardrobe.
What?
Okay.
It just reminded me of that. I just thought,
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
I mean, did you used to hear that coming from your
I probably did in my head.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. God, he was such an annoying character, wasn't he?
If you listen to his voice, like as an adult now, you listen to his voice, it's hellish.
Oh yeah,
it's straight from hell.
And that's when you think of the song. The song is like...
The song is very good. I'm not going to knock the song.
I know, you're like, Johnny's just like leaning back in his chair, like cross-legged, wide shoulder, like arm over his back. Like,
I need a cigar to finish this off.
Yeah, you're like, and a cognac.
Right.
Mr. Blobby was the finest character from Noel Edmonds' mind.
Yeah, the song actually was very good.
It was very. The production values were amazing.
Half drink.
So for all the listeners we have that are outside of the UK, please Google Mr. Blobby.
Song.
The song as well, but Mr. Blobby, and you will think, what the fuck is wrong with everybody?
Yeah, what happened?
What happened in the 90s?
That's England. Well, Britain actually, in the 90s.
Summed up in
No,
one amazing costume.
But I always wanted to live somewhere called Crinkly Bottom. Yeah, because I come from a long line of crinkly bottoms. I just thought it'd be brilliant.
No.
Crinkly Bottom.
Crinkly Bottom. Next to Dangly End.
I'm sorry if you can hear a bit of rattling around. I'm kind of walking. I'm standing. I've been sitting down for far too long, and I've got restless legs. So I'm sort of pacing. Whee!
Right, next one.
Yeah.
Go on.
Paul McCartney's dead.
Love it. I love everything about this conspiracy theory. I love it.
You might explain it better than me. Did you want to try?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
I've got a photo for you as well, George.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Okay. Now, do you know what year this happened?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Whatever
year this happened, there was a talent show like Stars in Your Eyes.
Yeah.
And
but it's obviously when they were like still very young and just exploded onto the scene. So
yeah, they were humongous at this point.
You're saying that he died before like John Lennon? Like he was
way before.
He died in a car accident. Now, at the time that he died in this car accident, there was a talent show on TV, and the lookalike was a Paul McCartney lookalike,
right?
And he was obviously going to win.
Yeah,
right. Obviously going to win. They never aired the final, because Paul McCartney had a car accident. It was reported, and we've heard, me and you, Sam, have heard the radio broadcast saying he's been killed in a car accident.
Because
there were decapitated or severe head injuries. There were newspaper articles. There's a load of receipts.
And they even did
eyewitnesses.
They even wrote a song about it as well. It's in there.
And the theory is that they took this guy.
What's the song?
It's not the whole song, but there's a line in there.
Is it Let It Be?
About you.
No,
Just let it be, man.
It's one of the weirder ones. But the theory is the lookalike that was going to win that competition.
Yeah.
The reason why they didn't air it is because they signed him as the new Paul McCartney, and he looked so much like him that all they did was a little bit of surgery on his nose, tiny bit of surgery, I think, and maybe here on his chin.
Yeah.
And just replaced him, basically. Yeah. And there's all kinds of weird eyewitness things. Like they were at a party.
Yeah.
and a big showbiz party, and his girlfriend at the time was at the other end of the party from him, screaming and crying and fighting people, going, "That's not him! That is not him! That is not him!" What
we are
doing?
talking about like the 60s and 70s, a lot of drugs going around.
Well, here's the thing about the 60s and 70s: the internet not around, so there's no one with mobile phones to capture photos. There's none of that going on. How easy would it be to do that?
Yeah,
very. I would say very.
But also, like,
whether it's true or not is another.
One of the things we watched, they said that the interesting thing about it is that if it did happen, he was actually replaced with someone that was far more talented than the original.
Oh, ouch!
Yes.
Okay, here's the photo.
But what would his parents say? I mean, you would know your own son, wouldn't you?
Right. But the reason why I'm quite convinced of this...
Okay, can I just...
It's because of the newspaper articles and the radio interviews and stuff.
I just want to interject when I say your parents would know you, right? My mum had a full-on conversation with someone who she thought was me.
So you just completely blown up your whole...
in the pub. It's just... So,
oh my god!
I have a doppelganger. I used to that lived very close to where I grew up, and my mum told me this story of when she went to the pub and she sat down with who she thought was me and started to have a go at me, not me, about something or other, and then she kept saying, "Whose clothes are those?"
Oh wow!
My
God. And my mum, I don't think my mum wasn't like drunk or anything, and this poor girl was like, I don't know who, and she sounded like me, she looked like me. My mum was convinced it was me.
Maybe she had a time slip or a dimension slip.
Well, think about this though. If that you're saying that the parents wouldn't recognise him, if he's in America, this happened in America, touring and living there. And he doesn't go back for 4 years to see his parents.
I know you're going to be different because
you're going to be a bit different, right?
Let me.
I don't know.
Let me see this photograph.
Let me show. Okay.
So once again, we will not put this up because we can't be bothered.
Again, so just Google "Paul is dead: the conspiracy."
We will get better at this.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Or maybe this could be our kink.
Link.
Kink, not kink. I do not know. You know what I mean? This could be our thing. So the one on the it's always the one on the left is
the one on the left.
Original Paul.
Okay. So that's original Paul.
Yeah, and this is our current Paul McCartney. And there are slight variants in them.
God, they look I think they look completely different, actually.
It's really weird.
But then actually, okay, how old... So how old would you have been when you died?
In your early 20s?
Early 20s.
Yeah, maybe.
Your face shape does change quite dramatically.
Yeah. I think that's probably how they were hoping to get away with it, you know.
They caught him at the right moment.
Everything was sort of the right moment.
I mean, his eyes look smaller, but then my eyes are smaller now. I had much bigger eyes when I was younger. It was probably because I wasn't so fat.
But it's come up in a...
my cheek. When I smile, my eyes disappear. I'm like...
But he also, like, I don't know why I'm saying it because I can't remember it properly, but he was on a chat show in the last few years where it came up as obviously part of a joke. But something Paul said kind of, again, made people think, hang on a minute.
Well, the other part of this conspiracy is, it's not another part, but there is a lot of straw grasping to go with it. Because obviously the Beatles are so huge, even now, and a lot of people are getting involved in this conspiracy theory, that they've added their own thing. The famous Abbey Road cover where they're walking across the zebra crossing.
Yeah.
Paul is not wearing any shoes, and then the conspiracy theories are saying, well, it's obviously because that symbolises he's dead. There's a lot of straw grasping, which has made this conspiracy theory kind of...
It's tainted it, isn't it?
Kind of like opaque. It's not very transparent. It's very like murky, muddy, and it's like... if you wanted to do a really good conspiracy theory, don't muddy it with all this other shite.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like all this kind of very loosey goosey, juicy
very
evidence.
Loosey, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But that was fascinating.
I mean, it is fascinating. I would say they do look fairly... I think they look quite different, but I would actually say with that photograph, you can see that they're inverted images. And if you look at his lip, so if you guys can, if you get it up, so the one that he's younger, the lip on the left-hand side has got that little marking, and then it's got the same marking, but on the right-hand side of this guy.
But maybe that could be the genius of the other person's face.
Yeah. And then
You have a dot on your lip. You must be Paul McCartney.
rumbled.
But, I mean, let's say, what the hell happened to his hair? Like, it was all, like, really, like bowl cut, prim, and then it suddenly got really greasy and just melted down his face.
Well, I mean, that's
That's the style I know of the time.
No, he
It's
obviously
the style, wasn't it?
got involved in the hippie kind of side of life. I guess. I like that one. I like the one, the documentary we saw and all the evidence we saw, we were just like, yeah, that is a proper solid conspiranoid theory.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or not is another matter.
Okay.
But I was quite impressed with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, and then the other little bit, which, because there's like a little side note thing, is
Sorry.
is that if it was announced that he had died, they were worried how the fans were going to react. Like, were people going to commit mass suicide as a result of like hysteria?
That's a real thing as well, because when Take That split up,
Someone did kill themselves, didn't
absolutely,
they?
they had helplines open.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember a girl at school was just floods of tears.
Yeah.
She was also the same girl that asked me, was I Team Take That or Team E17? And I felt if I got the wrong one,
you would be stabbed.
she would kill me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shank you in the showers.
I said in
Is she in prison now?
I have no idea. I said in sync. I was like, in sync, in sync, in sync, in sync. I'm not, I don't care. I
Prince Safari.
Backstreet Boys.
Westlife.
Oh no, boo.
I'm on my own.
So people may at home like smirk at the idea that
Yes.
oh, mass suicide, blah blah blah. But that happened
It actually happened.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes, but the interesting thing is, so you know Britney Spears is it Every Time
Yeah.
song. So in the music video, she gets hit on the head. And she's seen like being in the bath, and she goes under the water, and you can see the red. They had to show her waking up at the end. She was supposed to die in the video, but they had to show her awake at the end because they feared that fans would actually think she was dead.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That is mental.
If you're that
isn't
kind
it?
of fan, my God, get help.
Just release Britney. No, what was
Leave
that?
Britney alone.
Leave Britney alone.
Oh my God. Where are we?
How we doing?
Oh, we're doing okay. We were about 45 in.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
Yeah. Hit me with another one.
Okay,
So-
so
With the rhythm
this is one of... I really like this one.
Okay.
I find it really interesting because there's so much that could
Is there
be
a lot
attached to it.
to unpick?
Not a lot to unpick, but well, we'll see. So, Georgie rearranging her chair. So kind of going in the territory of how old is human civilization.
Oh, Christ.
It's one of those.
6,000, we've already discussed it.
I'm so sorry. End of this. Yeah, it's just 6,000. Dinosaurs aren't real. And
We originally were lobsters.
Gandalf is God, apparently. With Dumbledore as his wife.
Oh, I love
And
that.
JK's Harry Potter.
Yes.
Oh,
And every
wow.
wardrobe will lead you to Narnia.
Oh, I love this version.
Man, I want to live in Fantasyland.
Yeah. God, it's so boring here.
What, in the 17th century?
So this one comes under, I discovered a new word, it comes under pseudo-archaeology.
Right.
Okay.
So basically it's like, apparently it's people that think they're kind of doing archaeology, but it's a bit too fringe and it's weird and out there. Like is it pseudoscience?
Yeah, it's not real science.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like armchair archaeologists as well. It's people who sit in their chair at home using Google Maps and Google Images to find things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not really archaeology, is it?
No.
It's pseudo.
Pseudo.
I don't know why I'm explaining it to you like that.
So, no,
I'm like looking at Georgie just going pseudo.
also, the fact that
It's
your chair's
because
gone
my
lower.
chair's gone lower and these guys are like high up. I
feel powerful.
She be like sitting on the floor like a child, cross-legged, like wide-eyed. Oh yes, and you're there with your cigar and your cognac. Go, Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby's album was an absolute triumph.
Puff, 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 puff. Yes, so we are taught that, let's say 10,000 years ago, we were hunter-gatherers.
Yep.
Okay. You've got the whole Ice Age thing going on before that. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
However, there are certain structures that have been discovered around the world.
Buildings.
Buildings, yeah. Structures, buildings.
Yeah. No, structures can mean...
I see what you mean. All right, yeah. That have been found underwater. Okay.
Atlantis!
And they're... Oh, God, Atlantis. I didn't put that on here, but I was like, I love it, but no.
But that one bores me.
I know, it's been done too much, I think.
Anything about mermaids?
No.
Oh.
No, maybe on the next... I was going to say it here, this because we won't get through everything, so this is part 1.
Ooh, love it!
Because we can do another one
Tell me about your structures.
So, the structures. So,
buildings.
I know, I'm quite invested in this.
They are at a depth, and they're found throughout the world. There's one off the coast of Japan, which is the one I'll talk about in a minute. Mm-hmm. There's some in the Mediterranean, and the depth they are at puts them roughly around 10,000 years ago, when we are supposed to be living in caves. Right. We don't build structures. Mm-hmm. So there's one in particular, which I love, off the coast of Japan. And I mean, like, it's literally, you have the main islands of Japan, you have all the tiny little islands going all the way down, and then it's like plonk right at the end.
Right.
And it's called Yonaguni Temple, or Yonaguni Monument.
Right.
Okay.
And I mean, it's really deep underwater. Now, my eyes, when I look at this, is clearly man-made. It's clearly man-made.
Was this taken from the boat, the Google boat that trawled Earth? And
no, I think that's how they initially discovered it. I think they discovered it in the 80s, 87, I think, to be specific. Maybe I may have got that wrong.
Interesting.
But obviously, mainstream archaeology has come along, and the Japanese government, they're like, no, this is completely natural.
Now, let's have a look.
Just look at these.
What am I looking? So I'm looking at some blue images underwater with some divers.
Blue images, and they're like...
There seems to be steps.
So they're saying that that's completely natural?
Yes.
That's totally man-made.
So this
is that this one here? That's a pyramid.
That's a house.
I don't know about the pyramid. I got this on just Google Images, but this one there, that is like a rendering of the actual site itself,
like a scan, and they've
and that's supposed to be natural.
No.
Let me have a closer look at this.
But it's definitely... I can see it, and that's from a little image.
Yeah. So this is one of the few where I kind of...
What? That's crazy.
Think, actually, this is probably actually a thing. It doesn't look natural to me.
Who's debunking this? Is it the government? The Japanese government?
I think that, the Japanese government won't acknowledge it. They won't put funding into it.
Okay, that's quite... Okay, let's just say we were to debunk this and go along with the Japanese and say this is natural.
Natural.
Yes. I mean, I suppose there are around the world other stone things that look like Giant's Causeway. It's incredible.
It's
incredible.
Is that the one where it's like...
Hexagons
tubey things.
Yeah.
Or maybe this was man-made, and somehow the ground underneath us, with all the earthquakes,
because Japan is earthquake territory,
have slipped down there. I don't know. That's how I would debunk that. But that is very confusing.
It's
to be
really
there,
interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
So they're saying...
I've never heard of this as well. It's fascinating.
It is kind of on the... it's not a very well-known one. Not really.
Interesting. It's like, but what is that structure, though? It's like just loads of steps.
I mean, I think one of the leading theories from people that believe it's real is that it was a temple of some sort. I don't know where they get that from.
There's no openings, though.
Huh?
There's no opening. It's just a series of platforms.
Yeah, just platforms. It's kind of like, you can almost look at it as a kind of underwater Machu Picchu. Maybe kind of...
Although I suppose maybe the bit that's missing is the wooden bits, because obviously that's all disintegrated and gone, and we just left with foundations or something. Interesting.
But then, although I don't have photos of them, there is...
Hey, I'm in on that.
It's no fake pigeon.
No. But I would like to invest 50,000.
But obviously, it's one of the few that I've looked at where there is, obviously, the flip side of it is, what would be the purpose of mainstream archaeology not investigating it? Why would they just dismiss it?
Yeah, I guess the fear is that you'd waste X amount of money for it to just turn out to be natural. Or
they're just like, do you know what? Which is another
the government
theory.
are stopping them anyway, so...
Yeah, they are. I think one of the other theories is that apparently because we think we have learned so much about our history that it's just like, if we investigate these and other areas around the world,
think how many
we
books
have to
change.
rewrite a whole chunk of history.
I know.
But then why
Is that
wouldn't you want
dinosaur
to?
territory 10,000 years? No. What am I thinking of? 10 million years?
I mean, even then it's not dinosaurs.
Oh, wow.
65.
Blimey. God, they're old, aren't they?
Technically, dinosaurs are still around. Birds.
No, they're cameras.
They're cameras.
Oh yeah, sorry. They're surveillance drones by the US federal government.
Oh my god.
You can do that as well. Yeah, but I really enjoy that one. That's one of my favourites, and one that I would
like that.
go out on a limb and be like, I kind of believe it. Maybe.
Yeah, I could.
Again, we'll look into it and come back to you another time.
We'll invest some time and money into it.
Yes.
We'll go over there.
Next time we're in Japan, we'll go to the government building.
stick.
But there are there's a documentary. I can't remember what the documentary is, but there's one with a guy that just goes out on the Mediterranean coast, and him alone is solely going through these foundation kind of blueprints that he's found underwater. It's really interesting.
Okay.
And people just don't take him seriously.
Well, we've got time for one more.
Okay. Okay. So this. Oh
Go
my
out
God.
with a bang.
I don't know which. Do I go for the one that's technically not a conspiracy? It's just really awesome.
Ooh.
Or go in for a full.
Let's go awesome.
Let's go awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
I really like this one because it kind of
So start clapping then.
it kind of alludes to Atlantis territory. I
Okay.
guess.
Oh, stay seamless.
And-
It wasn't at all.
I mean, it's underwater.
It's water.
It's wet.
Building.
It's wet. Okay, so the parting of the Red Sea.
I was talking about that earlier somewhere.
What was that? That was Moses, wasn't it?
Yes,
No,
Moses.
Gazer,
So obviously
Gazer.
escaping.
What did he say? How did he do that? What did he say?
He just put
Open
his stick-
sesame.
which is actually open sesame.
Says, ooh.
What's it called?
Yes.
Doppler effect. No.
No, Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Yeah. But doesn't
Yeah.
Moses put his stick to the floor and then it's like, oh
for
look,
God's
You
sake.
shall not pass. Actually, no, you shall pass.
you shall pass, and then just hurry up so that we can close it. Yes, so the parting of the Red Sea,
Yeah.
obviously, is a very famous biblical story, which actually has potentially a real life scenario that it could have actually happened, but there is a reason of how it happened.
Ooh, tsunami?
Yes.
Ooh.
So you guys,
I know the tide goes out just before
Yeah.
tsunami, like massively out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like spooky.
so obviously,
Where's the sea gone? Oh,
It's off over there.
fucking run.
I think we're living in an age now where if you see the water receding, you don't stand there and take a picture. You just
No,
know.
you run.
Leave,
You
go.
run.
You just get out of there.
Get out.
Obviously,
You've
in
probably
the
got about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
if that, just look at the coast. If you see a white line, you're done.
Yeah. You did.
you can't get dated.
You're gonna get dead.
Yeah, so you've heard of Santorini,
No.
which let me get a picture.
hang on,
The name.
It's a very,
beautiful.
very famous Greek island, but it's all like white buildings going around.
It's stunning. I dreamt about
you
it.
know
once.
Santorini. I'm
Oh, I know
Desperate
the
to
name
go.
and I know it's
It's
an
like
island, but I'm
white
just
buildings with blue hats.
And do you know-
It's
blue hats.
what have they got blue?
I'm very,
It's
very
very
tired.
specific information.
No blue hat.
Blue.
Do you know what's really?
Roofs.
Do you know what's actually quite funny about Santorini? So in all the pictures that you see,
It's gorgeous.
that is the only bit that looks like that. The rest of it is just bleak island.
I
There's
know.
not much
I
there.
know what you mean.
This one?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it got
That
blue
was in my
hats?
head.
They have
They
blue
do?
hats.
All right,
See, it
okay.
looks like a little hat, a little beanie hat.
So
I mean a roof, by the way.
Santorini, like the place that we know of now,
Yeah.
is a series of like little islands in kind of like a circle, because it was once a whole volcano that basically just blew itself apart.
Right.
So some historians now believe
Yeah.
that when it erupted, what are you doing?
Do you mind? I'm
You
just.
look very suspicious. That's
Yeah.
gonna think it's gonna pick it up.
It's not. No. I'm just scribbling a little note down for myself. That's all.
Okay. And yeah, so the eruption of
chocolate.
Working on a conspiracy here.
Santorini.
God.
Yeah.
Oh no, are you a
no.
robot?
hamsters.
We did
aren't
convince
real.
my niece for a long time that Jonny, that I built you, right?
Oh, I made
Oh
a
my
spectacular video with Sam where he was like building me in the studio.
Yes.
We painted my skin really white.
To all is it all is full of love?
Bjork's all is full of love, yeah. And like fluid from motor oil, whatever, coming out of my mouth and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, showed it to the little kids, his little nieces and stuff. And they fully believed I was a robot.
You were built. Oh.
Yeah. It's only recently that I think she's questioning it now. She's 10.
Yeah. It was good because like I cut a hole in a box and put my arm through it with, foam, packing foam around it. So, and then Sam picked my arm out of it. It's very convincing.
Have you ever seen it?
I don't think I have.
Oh, I'll show you. I really like it.
Well, quick,
Even now.
tell them
Yes,
what,
sorry.
No,
Sorry.
tell them what it is. Because I want them to see it.
No, is it still live?
No.
It's not.
No.
Patrons, maybe.
Oh, we're not really.
Okay,
so
yeah, okay, pages.
It was 2013
Yeah, it's a long
that we
time
did
ago.
it. So nearly 10 years ago. Wow.
Blimey.
Fucking hell.
Sorry, I totally...
Hang on, it's nearly 10 years ago and you were telling a child who's now 10, so you basically convinced a fetus that
Oh my god, how old is she?
Well, I mean...
you convinced a
It's the
newborn
kind of life we
child.
learned back then.
Because
Right,
we
now we're not
probably-
so impressed now.
we probably showed her when she was like maybe a couple of years afterwards, 3-4 years afterwards.
Okay,
Oh, maybe, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes more sense.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So you didn't do it for her. Okay,
Not
sorry,
for her, no.
we digress.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So obviously there was an eruption.
Yeah.
So all of the plagues of Egypt
Mm-hmm.
were real events as a result of this eruption. So obviously you get the locusts because they're trying to escape
Right.
this big eruption. I can't remember what the other plagues are. There's like darkening
Frogs,
sky.
darkness, first newborn killed.
Maybe not that one.
But frogs and locusts were the main ones.
Rivers running blood. Oh no, that's not to do with the newborn. Oh god.
No, that wasn't one.
I didn't look at those ones, but they mentioned them. I
Yeah,
just
but
didn't read
frogs
them.
and locusts.
Hang on, I'm going to Google
It's a very loud
the
darkness.
10 plagues.
But like the
Oh,
darkening
there were
sky.
10 legs, were
Was
there?
it? Oh, no.
I think it was about 10.
But
The dark rated them to 10.
Darkening sky, obviously the plume
Yes,
of
of
the
course.
eruption.
Wait, sorry, say again, where was this eruption?
Santorini. So
Okay.
do you know, let me get it on Google
And
Maps.
where was...
The parting
The,
of the Red Sea.
the plagues of Egypt. Blah, blah. So water turning to blood.
Okay.
So
don't know
that
what
could be
would
the darkening.
That could be the red dust from
maybe
Frogs? Soils and stuff.
lice,
Frogs?
flies, livestock, boils, hail, locusts, darkening, and the killing of the firstborn.
So I'm just
Maybe
showing
they
them.
got ill because all the water had got. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I'm just showing
Frogs is the only one that you can't really...
Jonny and
find a reason
Georgie.
for.
So this is Santorini today. That's the island from
Yeah.
aerial view.
Okay.
So you know.
Yeah.
Volcano is in the middle. Still active, by the way, I think. Egypt is quite far, but you can understand why you would still get a tsunami. Just move more water.
You got the Red Sea in the middle.
Yeah. So obviously the wave would travel
Yeah.
over there. So that was it. So you know Moses is trying to escape the Egyptians. They're at a moment where they can't pass, and obviously miraculously an eruption's happened.
Coincidence, yeah.
Water goes out, they get across, and as the Pharaoh goes across, the tsunami comes in and washes them away.
Interesting.
It's really
And they escaped
cool.
to Santorini into little blue hats.
They went into the
Sorry, I just have these people with little blue hats running.
Smurfs.
Yeah, Spurs.
I think that is one of the theories of where Atlantis comes from, because obviously the island effectively sunk.
Yeah.
Some of it sunk, and
Okay,
Some of the ruins are
alright,
still
so
there.
there's a few theories, kind of.
yeah,
All from that one eruption.
yeah.
Okay. That's
And like
quite
there is
interesting.
a lot more
Well, it's
into
probably
it. From,
like one of the huge movements of the tectonic plates
Yes.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really interesting.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's got legs.
So one
It's
of
got legs. I like
a
that.
good cognac.
who knew
Oh,
Yeah.
a biblical
I
story
love
that
that.
actually has a bit of truth to it. Maybe.
Yes, I love that. It's got legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they say the
You know what it hasn't got?
the flooding. What's that?
South London Enya.
Oh, South London. God.
Honestly.
I can't. I just can't.
The album will be coming out soon.
No, God.
All your favourite panpipe
And actually,
noises
we do have a little video as well, which we might release to patrons.
Yes.
So wish.
Oh, God.
But there we go. So that is
£5 only. You get the Dorset. You get the Dorset tones of Enya. South London Enya.
And also, you get to see how red Georgie's face is.
Yes. But there we go. That is, I'm going to say part 1.
I like it.
I do. I want more conspiracies.
Yeah. Oh, I've got many more.
Talk about the Titanic.
Oh, I should have done that one. That was really cool.
Part 2.
All right.
Yeah.
I do love that one. I do love that one.
Yes.
Oh, and I forgot. So I didn't say it in the last one, but goodbye from me, Georgie.
Goodbye from Jonny.
And goodbye from Sam.
And kids, don't grow up. It's a trap. Bye.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. Yes. There's no grown-ups.
Run from birds.
Thanks for listening to the Loosey Goosies. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and all those other lovely things. See you next time.